for crypto trading. Let's jump in.
Do it. So,
Sorry,
one,
sometimes it can be a little late to swap.
good. So, the first thing we're going to talk about is funding rates. I don't know why is it cut off here, but anyway. So funding rates is kind of like a unique feature specifically trading. So basically, any crypto futures exchange, Binance futures, CoinW futures, others, and so on. If you're trading the futures contract, you will be, depending on where long and or short, and depending on the imbalance between short and longs, you'll either be, paying to hold your long position, or you'll be getting paid to hold your position, and vice versa. So essentially, in the world, I don't know how it works in the in the CFD works world. I know, Jordan, you have something similar. Swaps, exactly. But so essentially, yeah, it's the same concept, crypto. So essentially, rates in crypto, they're calculated periodically every hours, and they can be positive or negative, and they're basically determined by prevailing market conditions, and they're basically designed to entice traders to bring the futures price in line with the underlying index. So essentially, if you're trading like Bitcoin perpetual swap contract on whatever futures exchange you choose, there's like a spot price, and there's basically the futures price, and there's always going to be like a little bit of a difference. So if the futures price is higher than the spot price, typically people who are positioned long have to like pay a certain fee to hold that long position. And so yeah, and so the calculation of funding rates typically involves the index price. Like I said, this is just an average of prices from various exchanges. And then we have the funding interval. Now, in crypto, for whatever reason, every 8 hours. I don't know how it's like in the Ford or CFD world. And then, like I was saying, that there's going to be a premium or a discount between the contract price and the index price. And then, so after all that, you're going to get an interest rate on your long or short position. So, like I said, they're based on whether the margins are bullish or bearish. So essentially, if the contract is trading at a premium to the index, the long positions are going to pay a funding fee to short positions, and if the contract is trading at a discount to the index, short positions pay a funding fee to long positions. So let's take right now, for example. So I know, just off the top of my head, if you're holding a big long position right now, the funding is positive, meaning you are paying to hold a Bitcoin long position.
Yeah.
However, if you are short Bitcoin right now, you're actually getting paid to basically be holding a position. So that's basic. Basically a very synopsis of funding rates. And
yeah,
now,
it's very similar in FX. We call them swaps, 24 hours. Depending on the broker, they could be 3 days. Same. The differential between the two currencies' interest rates. So if you've got the US dollar, you got their interest rate, and then you've got the Aussie dollar, you've got their interest rate. The differential, whoever's got the interest rate, if you're holding that position long, they get paid. If you're holding this short, you're not going to get paid, right? You're going to pay. It's the same thing in FX. If you guys have ever wondered why you've gained 80 cents or $4 position, or lost that much in your position through swaps, that's what it is, and this works in crypto as well.
Yeah, exactly. And so basic idea is basically to bring like a balance to the market. So let's just say like Bitcoin is going on a crazy run. I mean, it's not right now, kind of going sideways. But let's say it's going like parabolic, everyone's going long. So the funding rate is probably going to be very, very, you're going to have to pay a high fee to hold a long position. So that kind of incentivizes people who perhaps want to short, maybe it's based on fundamental factors or whatever it is. They can basically go short on Bitcoin, and even if they're wrong on their like positioning, they're still going to get paid because just because of the imbalance of shorts and longs. So the next slide, I'm actually going to go over an example.
Yeah, it likes to think. I don't know why it likes to think, just to swap side, but it does.
Yeah, I don't know if it's my computer, but
no, it's
either
not.
way,
it's not.
Yeah, so right here I have an example of WorldCoin, which is a relatively new crypto project that was actually released by or developed by Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI. So this crypto has been actually very very hot, there's been a lot of volume and just a lot of interest in trading this coin. And actually, I chose this example because I actually did take a recent position on WorldCoin
You did
late
it.
last week.
You
Yeah, I did.
executed it.
Yeah, and so you can basically see on this chart, basically the green and red over here. These represents the fund, and then this yellow line represents the price. So you can kind of, when funding gets over, that means when there's an abundance, a majority of short positions, there's long positions. Like, look what happens to price. It going up, short piling in, and that's kind of like a indicator. So like when when the very, I guess, very low, or like very, there's there like a lot of short positions. Basically, that tends to mark like market reversals. You can see in the case, people, you can see from this chart. So on the yellow line here, pretty much it was just going. It wasn't a downtrend ever since it's in July. So people really just started to break this downtrend, and you could see that price kept on going up, even though there was very high interest. So basically, shorts were paying longs, and longs were not only based on the price going up, but they were getting paid the long position, so they're winning. They're like winning the price going up, and also in terms of just holding a position where they're short interest. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And yeah, like I said, it just balances the market. So even if you're wrong on your, can still make some kind of passive a position that's like the majority view. And then most recently, like this is like it's like a daily or weekly view, so we can see what's really going on in the day. But over here, especially like on the WorldCoin had a big spike up, reached an all-time high. I mean, it's hard to see on this chart, but you can kind of like see that this was like an all-time high for funding. And then look what happened. It basically went from $2.50 to $2, which I don't know in percent. That's like a pretty big move.
Yeah.
And then that's just an example of how to use like data in your crypto trade. This is like more of a fundamental indicator. Essentially, when overly negative, that probably means price to reverse or go up. And of course, you should probably use this kind of other technical indicators or other analysis techniques beyond funding rate data alone. But this is just an example of one trick you can use. And then I have another example. This one's a bit
curious.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, anyone in this chat, maybe a crypto trader, FX trader, interest rate differentials, swaps, has it ever been used in your analysis, especially trading CFDs? I have not entered certain positions because I found the differential high to the point, like if I wanted to short a position over the next, the swap fee, I was going to have to make 2%. We're going to take up 2% of my position over that 2-week hold. So I added it to my risk management process. Now, fully down the broker that I was trading with, and the fees weren't great. I'm curious to know if anyone's ever added this in that way.
Yeah. So next I have, it's kind of similar, but this chart is a bit cleaner, I think, because it has more price history. It's been around for, I don't know, like 4 years. I just wanted to show you what has happened in terms of price versus its funding rate in the recent months. Around early June, funding got super. So keep in mind, this has been an 8-hour interval. To extrapolate to a 24-hour interval, your basically shorts are paying 0.064, so that's almost like 0.24 on a 24-hour position to hold a short. So if you're a small retail trader, this probably is going to be like nickel and like a big institutional trader has an account. Yep. That has are holding $1 billion positions. Yeah. I mean, you make quite a nice like passive income posing short or long position depending on the market conditions. You can see.
I don't know, when Boris said he lives in New York, he's got the head office Wall Street. Like, that's stated. So this matters.
Yeah. There's actually a new we just created called Crypto Street. So I'm right on the internet, Wall Street. You can come to me. But anyway, you guys can see there's a in negative funding rates in early June. But look what happens to price that Solana, and from there just it goes up quite significantly. Then right here we have a big spike in funding, and look at the price. It starts to, and then just look at this whole period was extremely negative. I think this was because of the lawsuits of the bearish sentiment. But look what happened to price. It just if you like on the weekly chart, to most go up during this time, while funding was quite negative.
Yeah, so
And
those
now,
like negative spikes could always be entry points.
yeah, exactly. So this is like use this data from personal trading. I experience using funding rates on altcoins. However, on Bitcoin, I know like as a benchmark when like funding or extremely negative on Bitcoin, that usually marks. Like I start very skeptical of funding is very positive on Bitcoin right now. It's not. It's kind of flat right now. If it was like 0.1%, which sometimes it does get, I probably would not be entering a long position. I'm looking short.
There you go.
Yeah, and look up and recently, so we have
Just so you're aware, we can't. So when you're pointing
Oh.
something out, you need to like visually mention so we can have a look.
Okay, so if you look between the 9th of November to the 16th of November, big spike in open interest enough. So it gets up to like 0.06%. Marks it up in Solana. Better viewed on TradingView. Unfortunately, I just wasn't able to find or an indicator for funding rate that are specific to each altcoin. But you can kind of like you're kind of able to discern what happens here. It starts to go down. It's been in on the like I guess lower time frames. It's been in a downtrend for about a week, while have increased quite significantly. So yeah, I just wanted to show funding rates really as a metric that you can use to really in your crypto trade.
Yeah, I'm trying to think with FX too, and I wonder if there's a correlation between how there's obviously interest rates move the forex market, right? It's the one thing that market, so there's obviously going to be a correlation. But I wonder if there's anything to this you see there, because it's the first like almost the first time than you speaking about it. You can see like it's a valid metric in to add to your trading plan.
Yeah, and by the way, all this data is free. I got this from a web called coinglass.com. So if anybody's interested, data on there for free. So metrics. I don't know how much time we have. Trading Lab, perhaps
5 minutes. So
5 minutes. So I have actually to go to, and I'm only like halfway done. We will, this in-depth Trading Lab is just for 30 minutes. But let me I can do in the next one.
Okay.
Whoops, I skipped that too much. Oh no. Okay, so the next was open interest data. So I just wanted to make sure I didn't skip. Never mind. I guess I'm fine. Okay, yeah. So open interest data. Okay, so basically open interest in the context of cryptocurrency is the total number of outstanding or unsecured kind of given, and essentially it's insights into market potential price movements. So the way I use is gives me a direction of basically when you have an increase in open, particularly when rising price, it can indicate bullish sentiment, and a open interest combined with falling may indicate bearish sentiment. So this is kind of like a confirming to guide your trend direction when trading crypto. I'm sure you have this. I know you have this data in the in the I don't know. Do you guys in the forex land data?
Not that I you come from, because we're not centralized. So and then most through CFDs, so you get it trusted, and that's just one little sample. Not to the scale that you would from a centralized exchange.
Gotcha. On TradingView for crypto, there's like an aggregated case, basically aggregates open interest data, a big crypto exchange, which I find very useful. So I think to understand what open interest, I'm going to show you a graphical example. Once again, this is WorldCoin, and I wanted to show this because this was an actual trade that I was in like late last week.
Okay.
And we can see that WorldCoin's kind of like coiling up almost, like forming higher highs, and like just it's kind of like what's the word? Coiling up and consolidating, kind of like in a, I don't know, it's almost like
a range.
Yeah, it's a range. It's kind of like, the range is getting much tighter and tighter and tighter. So eventually what happens, this actually does break out to the side. This blue box that I obviously you can't see my mouse, but the blue box is basically like a liquidity zone that I had drawn up. And essentially, not big, WorldCoin did have quite a nice move, about 15% from this range later on. But basically, a plot this indicator on TradingView. It's called Open Interest Suite, aggregated by Leviathan. He's the I guess the creator of this indicator. You can see like there's like big spikes of open interest when price starts to increase. So this kind of gave me confidence in this potential breakout trade for WorldCoin. It's kind of like a side topic, but below on the bottom here, I have this volatility indicator, and it basically measures the basically the volatility. It measures the volatility in relation to just time. So basically, when you see these blue bars right here, this indicates like very low volatility. So it's like in the bottom 5% of low volatility readings. And then if you look on the left side, this indicates very high volatility. And basically, when volatility gets to like very high percentile, that basically means that whatever move we had is basically over and things are about to consolidate. So I saw an increase in open interest. There's there's a record low volatility on this time frame. So things looked good for continued move upwards for this asset for WorldCoin, and that's what ended up happening. And I actually wanted to show you this on. Let me actually show you. Actually, never mind. It's gonna be complicated.
Change your mind.
No, I thought I had a chart prepared, but I just realized I pressed the back button. So now I have to it's gonna take too long to actually show what I wanted to show. But basically, what I wanted was what happened after this. And just take my word for it. WorldCoin did break out. It had a 15% move after the next few candles. So yeah, this trade worked out, and this was in conjunction with using like open interest as a confirming indicator to basically validate my trade.
Yeah, beautiful. Well,
now
let's
I have more slides, but
I'll
well, I guess I'll show a sneak preview of what's to come. The next trading lab. The next trading lab will be talking about exchange inflows and outflows. So not now, because we are going overtime here. Yeah, it's time to go into the trading floor, I believe.
It is. Yeah. So you can next time with Boris on the Trade Lab to talk about exchange inflow and outflows, and this is something I actually like. One metric. I know you've talked to me about it before, and it's actually something I was really interested in that data. But thank you for bringing that, and everyone. I hope you enjoyed that trading lab. But you're right. We're going to transition to the trading floor. The trading floor. Steven, Sasquatch, Jaxa, Vanessa, everyone is where we're all going to trade together, right? We're going to have a look at some analysis. We're all going to talk about the positions that we're doing. It is, and we should, it's the 28th of November for me today. I know it's still the 27th for everyone else. I'm 95% sure it's still the 27th for everyone else. Please confirm that if you're in chat. We've got 3 days left of the month. What are you looking like? I know earlier in this month you were having a bit of a negative turn. How's the month looking? Are you looking to close out profits this month?
It's a good question, because actually, much to my surprise, I try not to look at my P&L chart on my trading platform, but I am slightly in the green. I'm teetering right on the edge of being in profit for the month, which I guess would be a good thing following the the troubles I had earlier this month, where I was basically getting smacked in the face by the market for